Well guys, it's finally December 20th according to Valve time, which means all of the Stockholm major items have been removed, and because of this, literally within hours we're seeing massive spikes in price in both player stickers, team stickers, capsules, and souvenir packages. And hey, I don't want to say I said this would absolutely happen since Valve delayed the update, but I definitely said this would happen because Valve delayed the update. But either way, enough gloating. Let's talk about what you should be doing right now, when the perfect time to sell is, and what heights we might reach. But just before we get into it, as always, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you're new. And as always, check out my sponsor, Skinport. Skinport is a CSGO skin marketplace with over 350,000 skins where you can find some insane discounts and save a ton of money buying CSGO skins. For example, if you're looking for a new M4A1S play skin like the Prince Dream, you can fetch a minimal wear one for only $113 on Skinport right now, while they're over $150 on the Steam market. And not to mention, still rising in price because everyone is looking for an M4 skin right now. So you could even make some money while having a sick skin to use. So be sure to sign up to Skinport today with that link at the top of the description and start saving tons of money buying CSGO skins. But for now, let's get right into the video. So first of all, what might we see prices rise to? What's the peak going to be this time around, as everyone wants to get in on these right when they get removed from the game? And how long is this uptrend going to last compared to RMR? Well, let's look at RMR capsules first to compare and how they looked when they got removed from the game. All of them went through this slightly weird trend where they had this normal initial peak that makes sense when they were removed from the game, then settled down a bit, had a very slight correction, and then slowly started rising back up, and then just absolutely took off again to about 50 cents, just for the Legends capsule going to about 50 cents. The others were a bit lower, but the initial spike happened in only the span of a few days, but the second one didn't come until about a week after that. So all in all, you don't need to be panic selling yet, I don't believe. I think for something like this, the Legends capsule this time around, it's very possible we see the exact same thing happen as we saw with RMR capsules, and I can show you why because of PriceStalker.eu again. PriceStalker is a site you guys should be very familiar with if you've watched my videos in the past, but all in all, it just shows the total supply on the market, which is very helpful and is the main reason why I said to buy glove cases at $1.70 a few weeks ago and knew they would easily breeze through $2. And hey, now they're sitting at $2.30. So I'm not as stupid as I seem to be and kinda know how to read charts sometimes. But either way, if we look at RMR Legend capsules, we see this huge drop off in supply right when these things are removed from the market initially with this orange line. And then the green line below it, which is price, shows an exact correlation and is the reason why we saw the second huge spike in price as well, because supply was being bought off the market in mass a week after the first spike. Now, why people suddenly decided to wait a week to start buying these, I can't tell you, but I could tell you the chart absolutely showed you that and you could have got in and made some money if you looked at it. But either way, if you pay attention to the actual listing numbers, you can actually see that the current Stockholm capsules have about 170,000 less capsules on the market right now in the first few hours of the first peak than RMR capsules did during their first peak when they got removed. This leads me to believe that we're going to possibly even see a bigger rise in price this time around, or at least something very similar with RMR, because there's just way less of these Stockholm Legends capsules on the market. And I'd like to believe there will be a similar amount of volume as there was with RMR, but I don't think I have a way of checking that, unfortunately. But what I can say is that people have proven by the price trend of these Stockholm stickers compared to RMR stickers that they like them a lot more, will pay more for them, apply more of them, and because of that, I think could hit around the 50 cent range like we saw with RMR capsules, maybe even higher, but I don't want to go too crazy with my prediction because anything doubling in like 2 weeks time is insane already. I don't want to say they're going to triple because I don't really have anything to base it off of, but I genuinely would not be surprised if we saw these things hit the 60 cent range. But just so you know, once we see signs of what I like to call weakness or signs of supply on the market starting to rise again like we saw with RMR capsules, and when they started falling off in price, then we know we hit our peak. So definitely look for similarities if you're trying to make a quick flip on these things and sell them at peak. I'll leave an exact link to both the RMR and Stockholm stickers that I showed on screen in the description of this video, so you guys could follow along if you're trying to flip these for easy money in just a few weeks time. I promise these are incredibly helpful and you should use them. So now let's move on to souvenir packages, because they are quite a bit different than these major capsules. The interesting thing about souvenir packages is that I said they were a great investment as well for the long term, and I thought they would see a massive spike in price when major items got removed from the game as well, just like these capsules did, and they did, so hooray. But if you bought them at the $3 they were at in-game, or $3 they were hovering around on the Steam market throughout the extended sale, you'd be sitting on some pretty decent profit right now, about 10% per case after Steam tax. I still really think these things are great long-term investments, but if you're looking to get them off your hands soon, once again, I just recommend waiting until we see signs of weakness in the supply on the market, and once price can't hold on Price Stalker, you can type in any custom item you want on there, so it's really easy to check for these souvenir packages as well. But with these packages, especially the Mirage one, I see a great future for. A lot better compared to the sticker capsules, partially number one because I have PTSD because of RMR, and partially number two because I still think there's just too much supply in Stockholm stickers, but not as bad as RMR for long term. Either way, I'm a sucker for souvenir packages and think with the much lower supply in them, people consistently proving to buy them, especially the Mirage package, which leads by far, and the hype behind the newer ones since they're skins from Operation Riptide, that they're good for the long term. Ideally, these collections aren't going to be reused in 2022 as well, with a major coming much later in this year, but that's a long ways out, and I think they'll rise quite a bit in price by then. So you've got plenty of time to sell. You don't really have anything to worry about in the near term. But besides that, I think that does cover everything I wanted to go over in this video. I'm sure I'll make a follow-up if we see a second spike in about a week's time like we saw with RMR, and I'll probably make separate videos monitoring everything as well, just to go into more detail on every specific thing, because it's hard to kind of boil all the souvenir packages, sticker capsules, player sticker capsules, player stickers, stuff I haven't even mentioned in this video, all into one thing. So I'm sure I'll make separate videos in the upcoming days. So be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of those and want to make some money alongside it. But as always, definitely be sure to check out Skimport as well. Sign up with that link in the description, help me keep being able to upload daily, and save yourself some money as well. But for now, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.